Hi everybody, so today I've got a blush review for you. I've got the brand new blushes here from Ilia. This is the Soft Focus Blurring Blush, and these really caught my eye the first time I've ever actually tried anything from Ilia, and because these look so beautiful and the shades look so good, I had to pick up two of these. But I've also picked up their blush sticks, which can be used on lips and cheeks, because I've really been enjoying lately using powder and putting a cream on top. I've been doing that with a lot of the latest releases and I love it. So I thought I might as well try that as well, because they did have a bundle deal if you buy the blush and the stick. So that's what I'll be showing you today. And I've also got the new MAC Glossy lip liners. So I've picked up two of these. I had to get Velvet Teddy when I saw they had Velvet Teddy in this new liner. And they suggested two shades to use with their glosses that actually match up nicely with the liners. So I've got the corresponding glosses to try with them as well. They've also launched a limited edition gloss that really caught my eye. So I'm going to be showing you this rather incredible shade as well today. So really looking forward to this. Products I absolutely love using, so can't wait to get started with this one. And if you're new here, hi, my name's Hannah, I'm 48, I'm not a professional, I'm just somebody who really loves makeup and beauty. And here on my channel I show you the latest releases, my favourite looks, and any beauty news you might be interested in. If you think you'd enjoy this content, I do upload here several times a week, and I would love it if you did subscribe. But if you're already subscribed, welcome back, I really appreciate you for being here. And my skin tone for matching up with everything today, I've got fair to light skin with predominantly cool undertones that lean a little bit neutral. I've also got blue eyes. Anyway, that is enough about me. Let's dive straight into this review. So I think I'll start this look with a lip look, just to get some colour on my lips and so that we can see the looks worn throughout the video. So the two I picked up of this new lip liner, Velvet Teddy, I'll try at the end because that's the one I'm most excited about, so I'll save it. But I also picked up Whirling. So I wanted to see if this is like the liner Whirl, which I really do like. So I'm going to show you on the back of my hand first. So this is Whirling, which is the new glossy lip liner. And this one is Whirl, which is the sort of standard. So straight away this feels less creamy and more dry. So there is Whirl and there's Whirling. Now I did actually put both of these on the back of my hand yesterday because I wanted to test them a bit for longevity, and obviously this hasn't had time to dry down yet, so I will give it a bit more time before I show you, but the new one vanishes, I'm afraid. So you can see quite a big difference in packaging between the standard lip liners from MAC and this one here. These are also retractable, unlike the originals which all need to be sharpened, so for some of you, you might prefer that. So let's try Whirling as my liner. I've got nothing on my lips at all apart from earlier this morning. Delilah Lip Saviour I always put on. That is a lovely shade. I really like Whirl anyway, that's why I wanted to try Whirling. Super creamy. So I'm just slightly overlining my lips with this and it's working nicely. So that's gone on well. And now I'll try it with the corresponding gloss. And the shade of Whirling, by the way, is described as a dirty rose. And it says to pair it with this one from the new LIPGLASS range. And this one is called Instinct. I'll show you how this looks on the back of my hand. I really like the LIPGLASS gloss, by the way. So let's put this on. They've got a gorgeous vanilla scent. I love the scent. So there we have Whirling and Instinct. They work nicely together, don't they? So I'll leave that on now as I show you these blushes. So these blushes, I'll pop a picture up now of the shade range because it was the shades that first caught my eye. Then it was the appearance of the actual formula, the way it looked. Now it could be that it's absolutely useless, but it looks beautiful. So I want to show you them here, and you can see from the shade range they have beautiful shades. This one is Close, is it called? Closer. So this one's the more bright pink, and then this one is Glimpse. They don't have in the packaging any sort of mirror. It's a very sort of cheap basic packaging. We don't have any sort of indication of the colour of the blush on the packaging, but you do on the back, so the labels are at least coloured, so that makes it a little bit easier to identify each one. So the information on these are feather white colour meeting a soft focus filter inspired by the blurring effect of a camera lens, talc-free powder which blends and builds seamlessly for a blurred dimensional flush that lasts 12 hours. Soft focus complex diffuses pores and smooths texture with a perfect ratio of light filtering powders while skincare ingredients Edelweiss, winged kelp and squalane hydrate, smooth and firm over time. So packed full of sun care, oh gee whiz. Packed full of skincare, which seems to be very much the norm. You also get 4.5 grams in here. Talc-free, safe for sensitive skin, non-comedogenic, vegan and cruelty-free. And these are £32 each. They're also made in Italy and they have a 24-month shelf life. So I just thought that these reminded me a little bit of Hourglass formulas and maybe possibly the Fenty Suede Blush, which I love. So I'll do a couple of comparisons, starting with this shade here, which is the Closer. Because I'm doing shade comparisons, I really need to clear my hand. So I'm just going to very quickly show you what happens to the lip liner I put on my hand. I think it's had enough time to dry down. So before I wash it off, we have the new formula here and we have the original formula here. So you'll see the new formula, the gel one, disappears extremely quickly. But to be fair, the longevity on the original pencil isn't as great as some of the pencil liners we have. You can see the gel one, it totally disappears. So I'm not expecting an awful lot of longevity. That was quite fast to come off. And yesterday when I did this test, I left it on for a very long time and I literally rubbed my hand against something and it had gone. So it's not going to be a long-lasting liner by any means. It's not bleeding or anything, I don't think. But it could bleed, being that sort of gel-like and not dry. So it depends how you feel. It's given me more of a shine, the liner, which is nice, and it works nicely with the gloss. And you could maybe fill the lips with it if you want that all over shine and then go for double gloss. But it's not giving longevity, which is a shame. But anyway, let's get back to the blushes. I've now cleaned off my hand so I can do these swatches for you. So here is Closer. Can you see the sort of shine I'm getting from that, which is why it reminded me of Hourglass and Fenty. So, and maybe Rare Beauty. There's no way it'll have the same shine as Rare Beauty, but anyway, just in case you want to know the difference, I do have the Rare Beauty Happy to compare it with. This is Rare Beauty Happy. Similar shade, but you can see straight away you do get more of a glow with Rare Beauty, but this one is pretty glowy. I've got Water Brat from the Fenty Suede Blush to compare this with, which again should be more glowy because there's two finishes with the Fenty Suede and there's one that's super shimmery and this one is a super shimmery finish. It's gorgeous, so I love it. Out of the three, the Fenty is my favourite, but it's not as glowy as the Fenty. But I do think it will probably be quite similar to Hourglass. So I've got the Elephant face palette out here because that one's got a pink in it to compare with. So we're looking really more about formula, but I'll look at this blush here. And this is Radiant Rose, if you're curious about the name of this one. So if I put Radiant Rose right next to the one from Ilia, not the same shade, but it's more about that sort of glow. It's a bit more glowy than Hourglass, isn't it? So we have Hourglass, Ilia, Rare Beauty and Fenty. So the sparkle battle is definitely won by Fenty there. So I'd say it's slightly more sparkly, not sparkly, slightly more shiny than Hourglass, ever so slightly, but similar. And very sort of similar smooth texture. So I think if you like the smooth blurring texture that we get with Hourglass that is giving you a healthy glow but without being a really shiny, almost highlighty glow, then I think you're going to love these. So as I said, I picked up the multi-sticks to go with these, and the multi-stick I'm going to use with this shade is called Tenderly. So this one can be used on lips and on cheeks. So if you want to see the two side by side, this is the Closer blush and this is the Tenderly stick. So there's nothing left to do really apart from try this one on. So I'm not going to do I was going to say I won't do one either side. I will do both either side. I've actually filmed a shorts reel already with the other one. So I was thinking of playing you that, but I will actually try them on side by side so you can see a sort of live application. Now, I've tried these a couple of times since getting them, and I absolutely love them. So you've seen there just from that one swipe, look at that. Look how beautiful that is. This has to be one of the prettiest blushes that's been launched. Obviously we had those beautiful ones from Dior. Whether it could beat that, I don't know. In fact, I'll get the pink Dior out to look at that with it as well. Just look how beautiful that is. This is my first time trying this shade though. And I was worried it'd be a little bit too much of a bright pink, but it's not. It is absolutely stunning. And look at the healthy glow that gives. No highlighter needed with these ones. So you could completely leave it there. It's just that I've really started to love adding a cream or liquid on top of powder. I just love the finished effect. But something I can tell you straight away is this lasts and lasts. I've tried this with the glow stick as well together, not the glow stick, the blush stick. And literally 12 hours later, it looks exactly the same, both of them. The stick and the powder, my cheeks look exactly the same, and that's without setting spray. I've done that twice now with this, and that's how good it is. It absolutely locks in and stays looking this beautiful, which is really impressive. I've just pulled out the Dior Backstage blush that I said I've been loving so much. This one's the pink shade, so I'll do a comparison with this one. So this one is the Dior, a very different shade, and the pink, you can see this one is more highlighty. It's more glowy, but the glow for me really kicks in with the Dior when I add that glow stick on top. I keep saying glow stick, the blush stick, you know what I mean. So let's get this blush stick out and put it on top. So as I said, this one is called Tenderly. So I'm going to take some on the F4 Mario brush and now just pop a little bit. So you really don't need any additional glow with this. I just love this combination. It just slightly adds to the beauty of this blush. Now you could do it in the complete reverse and use this powder to lock in the cream, but I found that this look with the cream on top still locked in for the whole day. It doesn't make a massive difference, but for me it just slightly perfects it and gives it more of a lovely finish. I just love them. I think it is beautiful. Very, very mature skin friendly, lovely, lovely, lovely combination. I just love them. So you might not like to add both of those together, or you might want to use them separately. So you can put this on the lips, but obviously we're trying out different lip products. Do look out for my shorts reel where I do try at least one of these on the lips, but I won't do that today. But what I will do now, before we move on to the next blush we're about to look at, is take everything off my lips and try the next one from MAC. So I said we would be finishing with Velvet Teddy, which we will. So I'm going to show you the limited edition lip gloss, which really caught my eye when I saw this on their website. So this is the VivaKIMmitment, which is a limited edition Viva Glam lip gloss, an air non-sticky gloss co-created with Kim Petras, which gives back 100%, I think it means profit, because there's a star after that. Anyway, 100% to charity. And these are $25 or £20, by the way. So let's try VivaKIMmitment. Commitment. Try saying that. Look at this colour. So this is not a gloss you can just throw on without looking. There's enough pigment in this to require a mirror. It's got that lovely vanilla fragrance again. I love it. Isn't that pretty? Oh, I think that is absolutely stunning. Oh wow, I love it. So what do you think of this one? That is really special. So it says limited edition, so I don't know how long it'll be around if you want to grab it. But anyway, I've linked it below for you if you did want to check that one out. So now I'm going to move on to the next shade I've got in this blush. So this one is called Glimpse. So this one was a baby pink and this one is a mauve pink. So a very good sort of everyday shade for me. Both these looks I'm using my Refa Holiday brush, which you've probably seen me use all the time for my blushes. So you can see this is a much softer tone on me. It's a very natural tone. I'm going to take a little bit more. Oh, it's beautiful. Really beautiful. So that's just a soft bit of pigment, but I can definitely build it up when I want more colour. It's a very natural shade on me. I love it. The formula on these, they blend out really easily. There's very little effort involved in blending them out. And as I said, they lock down and they stay there all day. And I know that's often a problem with blushes, how many of us apply a blush and it's gone by the end of the day. But these ones for me, I don't know if the actual putting the cream on, which seems a bit of a reverse, but I don't know if the cream is helping lock it in. But certainly this looks exactly the same by the end of the day. In fact, I'm doing a check-in video today for the new Benefit foundation. So if you see that video, go to the check-in at the end and you'll see how my face is looking at the end of that video. So that might be helpful if you want to see how it looks. So now I'm going to go in with the cream stick, and this one I've got in the shade At Last. So here it is. I'll show you both of these next to each other on my hand as well. There's the powder, there's the cream. So obviously the cream is bringing quite a lot more pigment here. So I'm not going to take too much of it on the brush, again using the Mario F4. And then I'm just going to take this here on the top of the cheek. These two together in particular. Like this one was the first time I tried it, and I think really the two of them just sort of work together like a similar shade, but these two are different. So this one is bringing more pigment, and I just think they work together beautifully. And you get the sort of shine from the powder coming through with the colour of that. I love this. I love this combination so much. Isn't it gorgeous? Very impressed with this Ilia formula in both the stick and in the blush. I'm not massively over the moon with the blush stick used on the lips though. I don't think much pigment is really coming off when you put it on the lips. So actually let me just show you. I'm saying go and look at my short when I'm taking this off anyway. I might as well show you. So I'll put some At Last. I'll put it onto my finger and then on my lips. It's not too drying on the lips, but this is the more pigmented of the two I'm showing you. It's not bad, I just don't love it. But it is nice to have that cohesive sort of effect. What do you think? And seeing as I did that one, I'll show you Tenderly as well. So you can see how that matches up with this side. Again, I'll take some on my finger. Again, doesn't really show up much. Yeah. See what I mean? It just, I don't know. They're going to disappear very quickly off the lips, but they're not drying. They are quite hydrating. So if you just wanted that quick sort of top-up product in your bag to top up your blush and lip, it'd be a good one for that. It definitely would be. And that's probably the way I would use it if I was going to get proper use out of it for lips. But I don't see me doing that. I absolutely love it on the cheeks, and that's the way I'll be using it. But it's the powder blushes that are the absolute standout for me of this review. I think they are absolutely gorgeous. The combination with that multi-stick though is something special there. But anyway, this side we have Closer, and then this side we have Glimpse. I think these are going to be very popular. So if you see a shade you like, I would absolutely recommend trying these. I think they are stunning. I'm very tempted to go back and pick up another shade. There are probably 4 shades that would work for me looking at it. I'll pop the picture up now of the shades again so you can see what I'm talking about. But there's 4 shades that look too deep and 4 shades that don't. So I'm tempted to go for the other 2 because they are so pretty. I don't need them, but anyway, they are gorgeous. So have you tried these yet, or will you be picking them up? Have you tried anything from Ilia? And if you have, and there's something amazing from them that you want me to try or think I should try, please let me know, because I'm quite impressed with the brand from these 2 things I've just tried. So maybe I need to jump on board and try other things from Ilia. So I'd love to hear your feedback on that. So anyway, I will now finish with my Saved Velvet Teddy. So I am such a fan of Velvet Teddy. I collect anything that says Velvet Teddy in all of the different forms. It's such a classic shade, isn't it? So let's look at it now in this new formula, the Lip Glazer formula. So here it is, a very neutral, beautiful shade that works for everyone. I think that's a reason why this one is so popular. So I'll put this on now. To be fair, the two I got are not very dissimilar, are they? But anyway. I wanted to go for shades I might get some use out of. It's very comfortable, this, to apply. Very comfortable. Oh, isn't that beautiful? Velvet Teddy is just such a perfect shade. I love it. I do really like that glossy finish actually in the liner. I really like it. I can see me using it more, and I will get more longevity from a liner than I would from a lipstick. So maybe it'll last me a reasonable amount of time. Maybe I will give you feedback in my end of month review, because I'll definitely be trying that one again. I wanted to show it to you with Velvet Teddy, the lipstick. This is in the, I've got it in so many different formulas, but this one is in my favourite formula, which is the, oh no, it's not my favourite. This is the Maximal Matte. I've got it in loads of formulas, but anyway, this is a lovely formula. So this is the Maximal Matte, which is basically their new reformulated matte in Velvet Teddy. And the shade they recommended to use with this, with the gloss, is called Behaved, which is this light one here. So I'll show you how that looks. Not much at all in the way of pigment with Behaved. So this is very much going to be a natural, everyday sort of look with these two together. I just love the fragrance. This has quite a creamy finish actually. That is a really nice combination. It's given a slightly sort of milky finish to the lips. Oh, I like that a lot. Oh, that is lovely. I really like that. I can see me using that combination many times. Really, really like that. I'm putting it to my right because I know that means I want to use it again immediately. But why not take it off and show you Velvet Teddy Matte with Velvet Teddy liner and the gloss on top? Because why not, eh? But let's just take one more look at this. Isn't it gorgeous? So let's get the Velvet Teddy on. So there is Velvet Teddy Lip Glazer, I keep having to check, Lip Glazer liner with the matte in Velvet Teddy. Beautiful, beautiful, beautiful. I think Velvet Teddy might just have to stay out. I've got a little bag where I keep all my Velvet Teddies together, but I might leave that one out again, just so I can use it again in the next few days. But let's now try to top that with a gloss. I'm going to actually show you a completely different gloss because this is not really relevant to the review, but I had to pick this up because look at the shade on this. I'm not quite sure why I didn't get this when these launched. So this one is called Frozen. So it's got that sort of lilac pink in it. So you can't see anything on that doe foot. Well, I don't even know if this will look good on top of Teddy, but I'm going to just put it on anyway. There it is. Look at the shine that gives. I just love adding things like this to just about anything. So it is just an everyday look, so I should be able to add to it. Oh gosh, yeah. You can introduce a bit of lilac sparkle to anything, can't you? Oh, I love that, you know. Beautiful. Not the most impactful out of all of the sort of lilac ones we've had. Sorry, that's my son coming in with Autumn, the little puppy, and she's playing with a squeaky toy. But certainly for me, the winning lip combination of the day was the Velvet Teddy new lip glazer liner. I think, well, I don't know, I think probably my favourite would be with the gloss, which I cannot see in this complete train wreck of my desk. Honestly, I've got out so many products today, it's ridiculous. These two. This gloss. I think that was my favourite lip look, although I do love this one too. Which one's your favourite? This one? I think this one for a more polished look, this one for a more sort of natural everyday look. But both of the blushes, massive, massive hit. I really, really love them. So very excited by how much I love these, but at the same time, it's another brand to spend money on. Anyway, I would love to hear your thoughts on everything I've shown you today, and have you picked up any of the things I've tried? If not, will you be picking them up? Which shades, which ones, or do you dislike everything I've tried or some of the things I've tried? Anything you have to say on this, I would absolutely love to hear your thoughts in the comment section below. And if you've enjoyed this, I would really appreciate it if you hit the like button and also the subscribe button if you're not subscribed. It's super helpful. But if you're already subscribed, thank you so much for being here at the end of another video. It means the absolute world to me, it really does. And I do hope to see you all again for my next video. Take care everybody, bye.